What's up guys, Jason here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple and efficient automatic Minecraft Bedrock moss and bone meal farm. This farm works on 1.21 and on all platforms of Minecraft Bedrock, whether you play on a phone, tablet, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or PC. This farm can be used to produce a lot of moss carpet, azalea, flowering azalea, moss blocks, wheat seeds, or bone meal. For this farm, you'll need 3 chests, 5 hoppers, 2 composters, 3 levers, 3 ladders, 7 dispensers, 1 redstone comparator, 41 redstone, 6 powered rails, 4 detector rails, 23 rails, 1 minecart, 13 glass blocks, 8 pistons, 7 obsidian, 7 buttons, 1 lava bucket, 7 water buckets, 1 moss block, and finally about 2 stacks of solid blocks that don't burn. A couple examples of solid blocks that don't burn are smooth stone or cobblestone. The first step is to place 5 solid blocks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then place a lever over here and redstone comparator at the spot. Make sure the 2 prongs of that redstone comparator are facing towards this lever. Then click this redstone comparator 1 time. As you guys can see there, that should cause that light to turn on. Now place 3 redstone over here. As you guys can see here, that should create a redstone clock. The next step is to place 9 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then place redstone on each of these blocks. After you have done that, place 7 pistons over here. Make sure all those pistons are facing this way. After placing those pistons, place 4 blocks over here, and 4 over here as well. Then place 7 stone over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then place 3 blocks over here, and 3 over here as well. Once you're done with that step, place a block on top of each piston. At this point, create an infinite water source. To do that, first go somewhere near the farm, then place blocks in this formation. Now place water over here and water over here. By creating that infinite water source, you will be able to use 2 buckets to fill in all the water for the entire farm. Now place water in each piston. As you guys can see there, that should cause all those pistons to become waterlogged. Make sure you place the water inside of each piston, not in front of them. At this point, fill in and break the infinite water source. Then place 7 solid blocks over here. Now place lava at the spot. As you guys can see here, that lava should react with the water to form stone. This stone will be turned into moss blocks. The next step is to place 8 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then place 3 dispensers over here. Then place a block over here and 3 dispensers over here. Make sure all of the dispensers are facing this way. Once you have done that, add a water bucket to each dispenser. Those dispensers will harvest items and push them over to the collection stream. The next step is to place 7 obsidian over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That obsidian will prevent stone from being pushed out of the farm. Then place 2 blocks over here. Now flick this lever. As you guys can see there, that should cause stone to be generated and pushed over there. Once the stone has reached that obsidian, flick this lever again. That will shut that redstone clock off. The next step is to place 10 blocks over here, and 10 over here as well. Then place 7 blocks over here. Now place 7 glass blocks over here, and 3 glass blocks over here. Then place a solid block at this spot and 3 glass blocks over here. Those glass blocks will allow you to see the moss get generated in this farm. Now place 3 blocks over here, 8 blocks over here, and 7 blocks over here. At this point, the farm should look like that. The next step is to go over here. Then break these 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then break these 6 blocks. And these 6 blocks as well. Once you have done that, place 2 chests over here. Then crouch down and place 2 hoppers over here. Make sure the nozzles of those hoppers are pointing that way towards that chest. Then place 2 composters over here. Then go up here. Now crouch down and place 2 hoppers over here. Make sure the nozzles of those 2 hoppers are pointing downwards towards those composters. That will be the bone meal conversion system in this farm. Those composters will convert items into bone meal. The next step is to place water at this spot. As you guys can see there, that water should flow like that. It will push items over to the hoppers. Then place 7 buttons over here. Those buttons will prevent water over here from spilling into that trench. The next step is to place a lever over here and powered rail at this spot. Then place 5 rails over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now place a detector rail over here and 2 powered rails over here. Now place 7 rails over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After you have done that, place a detector rail at this spot and a powered rail over here. Now place 7 rails over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then place a detector rail at this spot and 2 powered rails over here. Now place a lever over here and flick it down. That should cause those powered rails to get activated. Then place 4 rails over here. Once you have done that, the farm should look like that. It's really important that you place all your rails, detector rails, and powered rails at the correct spots. The next step is to place a solid block over here. Then place a dispenser at the spot. Make sure that dispenser is facing this way. Then crouch down and place a hopper over here. Make sure the nozzle of that hopper is pointing that way towards that dispenser. Then crouch down and place a chest over here. Now place a moss block over here. That dispenser will bone meal this moss block to make moss spread to the stone. Now place 2 blocks over here and a piston at the spot. Make sure that piston is facing this way. Once you have done that, place 3 blocks over here and 6 redstone over here. Whenever a minecart passes over that detector rail, this piston will extend and retract. That will cause any azalea that has grown over here to be broken. The next step is to go to this side of the farm. Then place a block over here and 7 blocks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now break this block. Then crouch down and place redstone at each of these spots. The next step is to place 4 blocks over here and 3 blocks over here. Then place 7 redstone like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That redstone will connect that detector rail to that dispenser. Once you have done that, break this block. Then place 9 blocks over here. Those blocks will prevent mobs from jumping up there. The final step is to place 3 ladders over here. Those ladders will allow you to easily access the rail system. I am now going to do a quick fly around so you can check and make sure I've made this moss and bone meal farm correctly. The front should look like this. The top should have that rail system. It's really important that you place all the rails at the correct spots. This side should have the redstone clock. The back should look like this. Finally, this side should look like this. I am now going to show you all how to use this farm. To use it, first add some bone meal to this chest. You can add any amount of bone meal, however, the more bone meal you add, the longer you'll be able to use this farm for before having to add more bone meal. Then flick this lever. That should activate the redstone clock. Once you have done that, flick this lever down. Then place your minecart over here and push it that way. As you guys can see there, the farm should now be turned on. Whenever the minecart passes over that detector rail, bone meal will be dispensed. That will cause moss to grow in the farm. Whenever it passes over that detector rail, the piston will extend and retract. That will cause anything that has grown over there to get broken. It will also cause those dispensers to dispense water. Whenever the minecart passes over that detector rail, the water will be picked up. The water will break some items and push them over here. The items that fall down there will get funneled into those hoppers and converted into bone meal. By the way, this farm creates a lot more bone meal than it uses. This stone generator will generate stone and push it over there. The stone will then get turned into moss blocks. Whenever a moss block is created, the stone generator will harvest it. It does that by pushing another stone over there. If you want to get moss items instead of bone meal from this farm, replace those composters with a chest. Whenever you're done using this farm, flick this lever up. That should cause the minecart to stop over there. Then flick this lever. That should shut off the redstone clock. At this point, check to see if there is any cobblestone in the farm. If there is, you should replace it with stone. You can collect all the bone meal that was generated over here. Once again, this farm produces a lot more bone meal than it uses. If this farm ever runs out of bone meal, you will need to add some more bone meal to this chest. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this simple and efficient automatic Minecraft Bedrock, moss, and bone meal farm. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching.